Alright, YouTube, this is my first ever motovlog. I finally set up my GoPro to my camera, or sorry, I finally set up my GoPro to my helmet earlier today, and I was trying to make a video out of that, but I kept screwing up and the video was way too long, and I was paying more attention to the camera, to me talking to the camera, than I was to the work that had to be done to set up my camera, my GoPro, my helmet, and to set up the audio and everything like that. So I finally got it all set up, and I used my phone to make sure that everything looked good, and it looks fine, you know. So I was like, oh well, let's give it a whirl. There's some biker dudes up there. So anyway, this is my first ever motovlog video. I'm just kind of testing the waters, just seeing how it is. Seeing what the angle looks like, seeing what the audio sounds like. And here's some biker dudes. What is that, a Washington Redskins jersey? Oh hell. So anyway, here we are. Looks like we've been recording for 2.5 minutes or so. Yeah, so this is my first ever motovlog. Like I said, I was trying to do a whole video about setting up my GoPro to my helmet, but it was a pain in the butt and I kept screwing it up, so I was like, man, maybe another video. But looks like I got it working. I gave it a little test around. I was walking around in my house, and my wife was looking at my phone, setting up the GoPro to the GoPro app on my phone, and it sounded great. The quality sounded good, the angle looked good. So just kind of seeing here what's going on. Harley babe and a Harley dude. So I got a lot of cool videos that I'm wanting to set up. Just start motovlogging here, but you know, we'll see how that goes. I'm really hoping the angle looks good here, man. So, but we'll see. Test trial, test run, testing, 1 2 1 2. But yeah, so you know, I'm a pretty recent new motorcycle rider. I got my license probably a couple months ago, and I bought this bike a few weeks after that. And hey, there's a lot of motorcycle riders out today. Hopefully you guys can catch it. It's pretty hazy out right now. Colorado, we're in Colorado right now, and there's a bunch of fires going on everywhere. There's one about 30 minutes north of us in Fort Collins, Colorado, or I guess west of Fort Collins, Colorado. And there's like 3 or 4 throughout the state. I think the haziness that you're seeing sorry man, this whole thing is new to me, but anyway, there's a fire 30 minutes north of us, and that's where you can look at the haze. If you go to Fort Collins area, it's pretty nasty. I actually work out there, and every day, man, it's just pretty brutal. But I think they got that one pretty contained, and hopefully all the other fires. I mean, it's a sad thing, man, but hopefully they can put them out and do what they need to do. So if you can see it, if it's picking, if the GoPro is able to pick it up, man, that's what's making the picture look so hazy. It's not the camera, it's the fire. So there's that. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, so about 2 months ago I got my motorcycle license. It's something I've always wanted to get, and I'll probably make another video about it, but I finally got it. My wife okayed it. I ended up getting it, and then I bought this bike, which I'll do another video on. And as you can see, I've already put about 432 miles on it. Oh. So you know, I've been riding it pretty good. You know, I've been extremely busy, so I haven't been riding it as much as I would like to, but you know, it's been a blast, man. I love this bike. It's a Suzuki SV 650. Like I said, I'll make another video about it one day, but anyway, I ended up buying this bike and brought it home with me, and yeah, I've been cruising around Longmont, Boulder area, a little bit of Loveland area, the front range of northern front range of Colorado. Some kids, there's a golf course. So anyway, like I said, this is just a test run. I don't know if I'm going to post it to YouTube, I don't know what, but I just thought I'd give it a whirl and see how it turned out. But I don't know if you can see, sun's still pretty high. It's about, I don't know, 5:30. My clock on my dashboard is wrong, so do not look at that, but hopefully you can see the sun. I mean, it's just super hazy out right now. There's fires all over the state of Colorado. There's a bad one from my hometown, which is near Glenwood Springs, Colorado. There's they're calling it the Glenwood Canyon fire. It's already burned thousands and thousands of acres, and put Glenwood Springs, beautiful tourist town of Glenwood Springs, in jeopardy. Then it was moving eastward, and there's a lot of cool hikes up there, Hanging Lake, that we don't know if anything has happened to it. So, and then there's a massive fire west of there near Grand Junction, which I guess I heard on the radio today they got like 900 or 1,000 firefighters trying to fight that fire. It's like one of the biggest in Colorado history. So, and then there's another one somewhere else, I think more south, I'm not quite sure, but there's like 4 or 5 fires right now in Colorado, and you know, it's a beautiful state, but it is definitely known for its fires. I've lived through 2 fires personally as a young boy, and let me tell you, man, they are not fun. Look, there's like a Corvette behind me. But yeah, so, and then here right now I'm in Longmont, and like I said, there's that fire near Fort Collins, just west of Fort Collins, and it's beautiful country up there, man. And that one's pretty bad. It's not as bad as the other ones, but it's blowing smoke throughout Fort Collins in the Loveland area. And I had a buddy who actually lives up that way, and he was saying one particular day a few days ago, it looked like it was snowing. That's how much ash was coming down from the sky, from the fire. And he said his house was covered, his car was covered, you know. And yeah, it's just it's pretty crazy. You know, here we are in the middle of August 2020, and it is hot. It is hot, hot, hot. It has been like record temperatures, 90s, high 90s every single day. And hey, yard sale. So, you know, we need some rain, man. Rain, rain, rain. Rain would be nice. But anyway, I got a lot of cool ideas. There's a lot of beautiful country up here for me to go motovlogging. So I hope this video gets out and you guys see it. And you know, it's definitely a learning experience for me. I haven't really created too many videos. I bought this GoPro back in like January because I got a really good deal on it. And I tried to make a few videos, but I didn't like any of them. Posted a couple to YouTube and whatever. So after getting this motorcycle, I was like, hey man, I'll try motovlogging. So, you know, I'm obsessed with motovlogging. I watch a lot of it on YouTube. You know, this is all new to me, so I'm a new rider and a new vlogger, so I'm trying to concentrate on the road and talk to you guys at the same time. So anyway, I think we're still recording. Yeah, we are. So I don't know, I just figured I'll test it out, see what the weather looks like, how hazy it is. It's nice. It's becoming evening, so it's definitely cooled down a little bit. It's still pretty hot. I'm wearing short sleeves. I know you should be wearing long sleeve, man, but it is hot. Like right now it's probably right around 90 degrees, you know. So, and I'm just going down these roads that I know that I cruise down all the time. So anyway, but yeah, I got some, you know, some cool stories I could tell you. Why I picked out this bike right here compared to other ones. I definitely looked at a handful of other bikes. Let's see, I could tell you about my class. I got a real funny story about my motorcycle training class. I've actually got two funny stories about that. But yeah, so I got my license, picked up my bike a few weeks later, and I've been out riding, and it's been a blast, man. I've always wanted my motorcycle license for years and years and years. When I was a kid, I used to ride dirt bike when I was a teenager all the time, but then we moved, and I think my dad sold my bike. I can't even remember what happened to it, but we ended up moving, so I stopped riding motorcycle for like 15 plus years of my life. And I've always wanted to get my bike or my motorcycle's license, and I finally ended up getting it. But 5 years ago I was really close to getting it, but I just had too much going on in my life, and now I actually have a hell of a lot more going on in my life. But you know, you got to make time for yourself. You got to make time to ride. And I mean, the freedom that you have riding a motorcycle is just amazing, and I am falling in love with it, and my wife knows that, and she's in 100% support. You know, I know a lot of wives out there hate motorcycles because of how dangerous they are, or how dangerous they can be, but you know, as long as you're a safe, aware driver, man. Like, my dad's been riding motorcycle for 40-50 years of his life, and he's never even laid his bike down on the ground, you know, and he told me that. And that's because he's a great driver, and he's an aware driver, and he knows what he's doing. So you know, I mean, safety is definitely number one when it comes to motorcycling. And you just always got to be aware of what you're doing. You got to be watching cars at all times. You know, like my wife always tells me, it's not you that she's worried about, it's the other people. Alright, we're gonna pick up some speed, so we'll see how good this microphone is. And how the camera is. The one thing that putting this microphone together, putting the J lock or whatever onto the GoPro, is the bottom piece is loose, and you need like an Allen wrench or something to tighten it, and I didn't have that. I don't have one of those, so I got my Leatherman and I tightened it that way, and there goes my horn. But so I got it to work, but it's still pretty loose, so I need to get me one of those, I don't know what, a star wrench or whatever, so I can get in there and tighten this up. You know, like I said, I have no clue what the angle looks like. This is my first ever time doing this. I was walking around in my living room, and she was watching it on video, and she's like, yeah, I think the angle's good. But I'm like, you know, I'm trying to capture the dashboard, and I'm trying to capture you know, the whole thing in front of me. So it's touch or go, and hopefully this is a good enough YouTube video or a good enough video to put on YouTube. And yeah, so, but we got a lot of exciting things happening in our lives, and hopefully I can get my wife on camera and talk about what's going on with us and everything like that. So that's where I get gas station. One thing that, as a new motorcycle, I mean, I've only filled up this tank like 3 times, I think. Honestly, I have to be honest. It gets great gas mileage. As you can see right there, it gets like 60 miles to the gallon. You know, do I believe that? Yeah, I think I do, man, because I've been all over the place on this thing. But that gas station back there, that's the only place in Longmont, Colorado that has pure gasoline. And when I bought my motorcycle, make sure we're still recording. When I bought my motorcycle, this guy is all staring at me. Oh, whoo. I killed it. There's a newbie for you. That's the first time I've actually ever killed killed my bike, to be honest with you. That's hilarious. I'm trying to concentrate on what I'm talking about and driving, and that guy was staring at me, and I'm like, man, you know, mind your own business. But that's the first time I ever killed it like that. So but trying to focus on the road and talking to you guys, man, it's actually harder than it looks. I'm wondering if I should go drive by the golf course up here. It's a pretty cool view. So my mind's all out of whack right there, and then that guy was staring at me, so then I was like, oh great, you know. But actually, yeah, I don't know, but I kind of lost my trains of thought what I was talking about, see. But that's the way that goes. I'm gonna put this under the comedy now. But oh yeah, the gas station, yeah. So when I bought my bike, the guy I bought it from is an awesome guy. He's like, man, don't put ethanol. Try to put pure gasoline in your tank. You know, go find a gas station that has pure gasoline. I literally went around all of Longmont. There's some golfers right there. I looked all over Longmont, and there's only one place, that Murphy's gas station, that has pure gasoline, no ethanol in its gasoline. But then I was doing some research, and you know, some guys are like, yeah, you should put pure gasoline in your tank, you know, just like the guy that I bought the bike from said. But then other people are like, no, you know, do what the manual says. And the manual on this bike says 10%, no more than 10%, between 5 and 10% ethanol, you know, and that's what the manual says. So I'm not quite sure if I've been putting pure gasoline in it, you know. I haven't put ethanol in it yet, so I'm not quite sure about that one. So if you guys have any tips, you know, definitely let me know, because like I said, man, I'm completely new to the motorcycle game. I put 441. I bought this thing with 1 mile on it. I test rode it for 8 miles. It had 9 miles when I bought it. So it has 441 miles on it. I've put every single mile except for 1 mile on this bad boy. And so that's pretty cool. You guys looking at some cows, man. So, you know, there's a lot to learn. I know at 600 miles I got to get my first oil change. So, and I'm going to do that by myself. I'm going to be ordering the Suzuki kit. I've already done a bunch of research on that. You know, since this is a Suzuki, you know, I've been reading a lot that your first oil change, you should put the manufacturer's oil in there, and then after the first oil change you can change it to, you know, whatever kind of oil you want. So I need to look up some more information about that, you know. And then I know a lot of guys put a lot of mods on their bikes, and obviously I can't afford that. Not yet, maybe next year, but you know, maybe in the future I can put a better exhaust on here or whatever. But you know, this bike, I absolutely love it. It's a great bike, man. It's got plenty of juice for me to learn on for years to come, and that's why I bought this bike. You know, I know there's a lot more powerful bikes out there, but since I'm a newbie, you know, I thought this is the bike that I want. I knew it going in. When I test rode it, it just felt right, and so I ended up doing that. Getting this bad boy, which probably my next video I'll give you guys a little walk around. But yeah, she's awesome. I love her. The only thing that I have noticed on this bike that is the gear if I don't push down on the gear, especially right around first gear, like when I'm in second gear and I go down to first, right? You think it goes down to first. You're supposed to go down from third to second to third to second to first, and then back up to neutral, right? Or back up to second. Well, this bike can go from neutral from second down to first, and it gets caught up into that neutral stage. So I don't know if it's, you know, because it's a new bike, the gears are still working in or what have you, but you know, I can put it into neutral from second to first. Now I don't know if that's common with all newer bikes, or if that's something special with this particular bike, or if that's just something that's not normal at all, and something maybe I should look into fixing. But so like when I go from second, I'm trying to get to first or whatever, like if I'm stopping at a stoplight and I'm, you know, sometimes I'll just hit it, and I won't, if I don't hit it hard enough, it will go into neutral, and then I kind of stall out, you know. Back there, yeah, I killed the bike, but like I said, that was the first time I ever did that. But you know, it's always in neutral, and then I gotta like stop, and then you know, I'll push down a couple times, and I'll finally get into first gear. I know this bike will go into second gear from a stop point. See, I mean, I feel like I gotta push the clutch in pretty hard, which, you know, doesn't bother me any. So let's see, make sure we're still recording. Yeah, looks like we are. So, and then the other thing that is a little weird on this bike are the brakes. When I was test riding the other bikes out, the brakes on this one, especially the back brake, seemed the weakest out of all of them. The front brake seems legit, and you know, it seems fine, and I'm a brand new rider, and I've heard a lot of people on YouTube talk about the SV650 and how the brakes aren't the best, right? But a lot of them are like, you know, they're, you know, I mean, I'm a, you know, I do track days and stuff like that, and you know, so I need tighter brakes and this and that, so you know, that's fine. That is fine, you know. But front brake seems great. You know, I haven't had to slam on my brakes, thank God, you know. So anyway, well, I'm gonna cut this video out. I think I'll give it a test whirl and see how it looks. I have to go to Walmart. Walmart's over here, so I'm gonna pick up some things and stuff them in my backpack and then head on home. So yeah, hopefully you guys like the video and let me know. All right, peace.